Welcome to Weekly Dama News. I'm your host, Kendertainment's MJ. We're going to be joined by Rylan over from Kendrama in just a short while. But thanks for joining us here in the live stream, or possibly you're listening to the podcast or even watching the YouTube channel. You hear the cat. She wants to get a piece of this. Her name is KW, by the way, just if you were wondering for a while what my cat's name is, right? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Weekly Dama News, where me, MJ, and Rylan get together, sometimes with a guest. This time, actually, we're going to be joined with a guest. And hey, we're also going to be going over, as usual, what has happened within the week of Kendama. There's always a lot of stuff. Sometimes, you know, it's not so much. The waves aren't rocking the boat so much. And sometimes there is more information out there, more stuff that comes out. Drops of new products, new companies, possibly new shapes, who knows, new designs. So what we do here is we just gather, talk about this shit, and hey, even sometimes it's totally open. If everyone who is here, thanks for joining. And the best part of being a part of the live stream is that you're able to, hey, correct us sometimes. I think last time some people were helping me out, correcting me with some information that I was wasn't aware of. Yeah. So definitely be a part of it. Usually at the end, we always have our Q&A so if you want to ask a question at the end of all of our talks, we hit those Q&As. So it looks like Kendrama, Rylan is in. Rylan, what's up? What's up?
What's up, dude? Oh, man, long time no see, MJ.
It has been a while. Yeah.
Yeah. I was super sick one week and then just really tired the next week. So
yeah, dude. Happy to have you back, sitting in a co-pilot seat, I guess. Thanks for joining again. Yeah, dude, it's been good. And what's up, everyone? Again, thanks for joining us. We got a good amount of people here right now. Weekly Dama News. There's been a few things that have happened. Mainly, a lot of sweet stuff. There's been interesting. Let's just dump right into the shit. Or actually, no. Before I forget, because there's always things that I don't forget if I don't have it saved. It's just in my mind, and I'll just forget about it. Hey, Dama Nerds, episode 54 has been officially recorded with possibly our youngest guest. Has joined me and Rod in the virtual studio. Is a really good one. I'm editing it already. Hopefully it will be going out by this week. So get ready for episode 53 of Dama Nerds. Yeah, it was good. It's like 2.5 hours. Dama shits as usual.
Can we have a hint of this young guest?
The hint of the young guest.
Do they live in Japan? Do they live in America?
From California.
California, that still doesn't narrow it down for me.
Yes, no, it doesn't. But yeah, dude. Hey, but let's hear. Actually, you know, over at Rylan, you know, I hear you're going to be making a move soon. You know, there's your virtual studio. I guess your actual studio, for me, it's always virtual. Is going to be taken to a new location. Excited?
Alaska. Yeah,
dude, that is intense.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's where I grew up. That's like, I lived there for like 15 years. Yeah. So,
okay.
So I'm moving back.
Not a final frontier for you. That's your neck of the woods.
Yeah, right. No, so yeah, I'm moving back. I don't really know when, because I got to get a passport and I got to drive up.
Yeah. Okay, so you got to go cut through our Canadian homies.
But I'm trying to plan it that I'm going to drive through Edmonton. I don't know. We'll see.
For Van Jam? Oh, hey.
No.
Edmonton. No, okay,
yeah.
Okay. Okay. But hey, anyways, so things might be changing. You know, Rylan's background might be changing here and there, but still, it's always, you know, hey, hella Damas in the background. Okay, so
yeah.
Hopefully everyone, other side news, Grizz of the Kendemic hit me up and he's like, hey, can we talk about, and I think I actually hit him up earlier before asking like, hey, we should like get more information possibly as the event comes closer. And yes, the Kendemic, I believe it's like, what, next month? It's happening soon. I believe we've been talking about it for a while. So hopefully told him about it and be like, dude, come on, we'll be live. So join us. So hopefully he'll be coming in soon to talk about the Kendemic a little bit. Now, there's a lot of people who might not know about it. There's a lot of people who might not be in the area, so they might not take part in it. But this is something that's kind of cool that could give other people ideas just in your local areas to have fun. Different style of event, add a different activity to an event that's already in plan. Hey, so hopefully he'll be joining us later on. We'll see what happens with that. Okay. So let's go with the news. Let's kick it off. Hey, East Coast. We're talking about East Coast. I think Grizz from the Kendemic is on the East Coast as well.
Nashville?
NEK. North England, Kendama. I always forget what the last word is.
Is it Kendama Classic?
Classic, yeah, that's what it is. It's interesting to call it a classic since it's been running, it's like its third year, maybe? Second? Any case, it's been put together by Kendama Depot, the MJ, the other MJ, Major. And it's pretty cool to see their scene grow more and more and more. I think the first one, or was it the second one, or maybe the first one? To see, especially, there it is, people within the local area come out and support and shit, as well as, what am I getting to? Like New Lace having a brand out there. Deep ago, there was Atlantic Kendamas for all the old heads who remember, who is based out of, I believe it was New York City. That's where I saw it the most, in any case. And it's cool to see, more local, again, not only players, not only teams, but brands also, because I think the East Coast, especially the Northeast, it feels like it's having a hard time opening up. Maybe the people up there, I don't know what it is, not too down with the Kendamas compared to other places, other locations within the U.S., namely California, because that's the place where I feel personally, just looking at it from the outside, seeing that it's a pretty hot spot, more open possibly for Kendama players. But still, they get together, they have an event, and that's what it's about. Having those events, bringing out the people, and then showing other people, making the passion stronger with these events is definitely something that's going to extend the lifetime span of Kendama players in the area. Gives them more motivation, they make friends and shit. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool. And Rylan, I know you're a guitar player too.
I have one right next to me.
Yeah, there you go. Adam Mcgrath of Caven. I know you like heavy music. You know the band Caven. Yeah,
I do.
He's been getting into Kendama, and he actually went to it. It seemed like from a story post that he posted that he was there. Just took a picture of like the nice booth, all the different Kens and the Tamas all split up, separated from Ken Depot. Yeah. Ken Depot. This is what we call it, Ken Depot? Kendama Depot? The Ken Depot. The Dama Depot. That kind of rolls off the tongue a little better, I feel.
All right. Kendama Depot. Go ahead and change your name now. Because it just sounds... No.
Must have thought about it, but then decided for whatever reason to go with the full Kendama Depot. Any case, if you were out there, hopefully it was a good one. Let us know.
Yeah, I really think that if anybody is if you have a small community and you're sort of teetering on doing some sort of like event or jam, I can say from experience, the big like jam / small event that we had in Albuquerque just a couple months ago. Yeah. It was great. It got a lot of people like really engaged in the community, and that because I advertised the whole thing through Facebook. So there were people who weren't necessarily on Instagram, or people who weren't necessarily following me or following the players in town who saw it and were like, oh, I live in Albuquerque. And so we got some Kendama players to come out who we didn't even know about. We didn't know they existed. Yeah. So if you're teetering on it, like, oh, I don't know. First of all, just put away $10 to do like some ads so that it has reach. But yeah, you have to, because it cements your community for sure.
Yeah.
Like without a doubt.
Exactly. Yeah. And then who knows, there might be other people within the scene that can help you in the future. If you're the person throwing the event, that can help you out, maybe want to volunteer their whatever skills they have, or even just like on, hands to help you out, set up or what have you. But it's definitely an important thing, because we all know, like, from so many stories of other people, personal, when you play kendama, playing with other people, like, back to it, Nick Mayo, that's what it's all about. So we need people, community. And that's another thing we've seen within the world that has been crumbling in front of our eyes, and everyone's locked up in their rooms. We've noticed, for maybe not for everybody, there's plenty of hermit crabs that like to stay in the shell and shit, but there's a lot of people who also enjoy the interactiveness with other people. So having these events, that's another thing, I think a lot of people, if you even have like a small event that's happening, just try to like add some games to it, hit up those companies, because pretty much like 90% of the time they'll be down and they'll send you some gifts, some shit. Yeah.
Even if it's just stickers, like they'll send them out, because like they want to support you however they can.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the coolest. The coolest. Okay, so good shit on that. I don't know exactly who won or anything, because I didn't check it out too much, but it did happen over the weekend. It was 2 days. And if you go to, excuse me, Kendama Depot's Instagram account, you can see, I think the top 3 posts are like live streams that Major did to put it in there. Yep.
Yeah. I want to do this next one. Daniel Robinson, if you are still in here.
Oh, hells yeah.
Hopefully. So I've been working. Yes, that's what it is. Yeah, I've been working on this thing, which is a zine, but then I thought the zine wasn't enough. So I was working on some other things. And hi Dero. For this like other thing that I needed stats. I needed to pick a few players, and I needed stats. I needed to know what comps they did. And I asked around, and the only person, I even was asking the players who I was doing this with, and they were like, oh yeah, I mean, I don't really remember every comp that I won. Like, I don't remember where I placed in every comp. Yeah. And that's where Dero comes in. I hit the guy up, and he knows everything. I know we all know he does.
He's collected mass collection of all the information that he's been out gathering. He even hit me up for a few questions here and there just to get some information down and cleared out. I'm sure it's going to be a thing that is going to continue growing. But yeah, Ken Docs.
Yeah.
Ken Doc. Not talking about Ken, the friend who has a fucking boat and he's trying to get to the docks. Ken Docs. No? Okay. Keep it going. So you hit him up, got information.
Yeah. So he gave me the information for everything that I need to do this thing. And I'm just still working on it, because design takes forever and I work a lot, and So thank you so much to Dero for giving me that information. He gave me like a very he was like, not all of it's 100% ready. I'll give you like this like sectioned off portion for this. Right. So my thing might not even be done. The zine and everything else might not have been done until July. I think that's like when
July 8th.
Yeah.
That's your deadline.
That's a realistic amount of time for me, I think. I just need to sit down and do it. But Dero is the biggest help in that. So thank you again. But this is huge. We don't really have like a collection. Even if you go to the Sweets website, right, and you're looking at their players and it has like, lists of what they've won, they're not super updated. And I would assume that comes down to
small events.
Right. The players can't update that themselves. So it's just somebody at Sweets who updates it. So Ken Docs is what we need. It's this all encompassing, all knowing. I imagine that if like somebody wins an event, but it's not right there on the website, or it's not there within a few weeks, I could hit up D-Row and D-Row could change it.
Put it in. Who knows? Dude, it might even be like a Wikipedia. This could be the new Damapedia.
Damapedia. Yeah.
Everyone remembers Dama Nerds. If you even remember the real one, that's one. That's a massive point for you.
Yeah.
If you remember the Dama Nerds episode, I forgot what it is. Like within the first, before we hit the double digits episode, I stumbled onto this Damapedia and got information, and then the shit disappeared. It was pretty crazy, but this is the revamped one. And if it is like a Wikipedia where people could go in and edit it themselves, and of course there's someone who is watching the whole thing, you know, maybe accepting those changes that have happened, it could be like a fully which hopefully it is, because then won't have to do a massive amount of work adding more information in instead of just checking here and there. But yeah, if it's like from a reputable source at those events, plugging it in, keeping it updated.
Yeah.
This is going to be a big thing. We could create Kendama Jeopardy.
Wow.
Game shows and shit. We do like board games. The first Kendama board game was made. You know how it was made? Because Dan's service to the community. So looking forward to that, everyone. Yeah, it's going to be a full-on website, I believe, July 8th, 2 p.m. PST, kendocs.com. And there's an official Instagram account as well, Kendocs Official. Go check it out, everyone.
Already followed
Super
it.
excited. Super excited for this. Of course, you got to. We of course, us. But that's a huge one. Huge. Oh my gosh. Kendocs. Get in on it. Okay, let's keep it rolling with where we go? Okay. Coming up soon is an event over in Europe. NEKC, known as. And not only is it going to be, seems like the NACO of Europe, because of all for me, just seeing all the hype around it, seeing all the announcement of the players who will be joining, who will be traveling over, MCs, you know, we got Jake the Man Weens Kengarden, who has been just a major presence in MCing for different kendama events, and it feels like it really like solidifies it as being a very big deal within the kendama. Of course, all different sizes of events are really great because it adds motivation and energy to our whole scope, our whole scene. But I'm excited for this one because this seems like it's going to be fucking massive. And I'm really excited that not only the Sweets team will be, namely the Twitch guys, you know, the Grizz and the Jorgensen will be going over to film it, to be like CNN, will be like KNN, the Kendama News Network, maybe.
Wow,
so that's a new one.
Why don't we call this that? That is so badass.
Shit. Okay.
No, but you're right. As well as some Sweets players are going to just
of course
rip. Oh, it's. I mean, I've got the website pulled up right now, and if you even just look at their itinerary, it's huge. Yeah. It's gonna be NACO, maybe not NACO size in terms of people yet.
Dude, you don't know that.
But that's
the Euros come out. The Europeans.
It's so easy to get to other countries because in Europe than it is to get to other states in America. We don't have good transportation here. So could be bigger.
As well as the European scene, more adults are in Dama. There's a hell of a lot more adults than in NACO. Like, Rylan, you've been to NACO, no? Or MNAKO?
No.
Minnesota even? No?
Mm-mm.
You haven't gone to the big one? Okay. Because I was going to ask you, like, was there a large amount of young children there too, you know, like playing Dama? I know, of course, back in the day, you know, 2015, 16, as Kendama was growing in schools, like middle schools and shit, most of the events that were happening were filled with little kids, especially like the one that will be on the next Domino Nerds episode, coming later this week. But
how little is little, MJ?
Not only he ain't little no more. Not only will this event be going down, but since there are so many people going, excuse me for my coughing every once in a while, Grain Theory, Terra Kendama, Soul Kendama has gotten together for the Renaissance Tour. Going out and doing tours. Chrome has already started their tour, and it will be finishing at the event. They just started in somewhere in France, Lyon, France. But this is so dope to see different people. You got Ben Harold, Benji Masick, Theodore, Fiorina, Ronnie Ansel, Alex Smith, Kristen Olenek Smith, Alex Mitchell, Kevin Wong. He's a guy I need to learn a little more about. Kelvin, thank you. And Chad will be there as well. It's so amazing to see not only one group of a company create a tour, but in this case, maybe their numbers are few and small. So, hey, what do? Let's fucking shake hands, get that like arm lock shit that you do at like protests and lock together, arms for an event, supporting each other, touring around Europe. Because why the hell not? We're there from June 30th to the 17th of July. Be out there. That sounds so awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I think that tours are huge. I think that we really need more of those. Like,
with how the world is right now, I don't know how it is. Shit's opening up. Shit's coming back to normal in the States.
Yeah, depending
on where you are. I mean, maybe not back to normal. There's some crazy shit news that just happened. Besides the whole COVID thing, right?
Let's leave Kendama out of that because I'll go off. But I did hear that we are rising in cases again. And I heard that. And again, I'm not a doctor, so don't listen to me. But I did hear from a few people at work who, ouch. I did hear from a few people at work who had family members who got this new variant of COVID and have died already. So
whoa, so scary shit. So and that's saying, going back to how you're saying, we need more tours. This is where we are. So the tours that are happening, it's pretty cool for the people who are going.
Be thankful.
Go. Be thankful, be safe, and go.
And wear your masks. I won't force anybody to get vaccinated, but if you're not, consider it. But wear your masks. You don't obviously, like all of these kendama people, I'm sure they're clean, normal people. But I mean, if they're going from, country to country and town to town, who knows where they could have picked it up in a town that's a higher, more cases, whatever, so just, social distance. But still, I do think that this is needed as we come out of this. We have all these kids who have only, like me, for the most part, because I got in right before the pandemic. Yeah. But I had started like during NACO in 2019. It was like December 2019. So, or like, a little bit before that, right? So I knew NACO was a thing and I knew NACO was happening, but I couldn't go, right? Because I was like, I bought this at Target. I'm not going to go to that. But you have so many people like me who got in and have only seen this thing online. Like it took me like a whole year to find the community that's here in Albuquerque. Like it was just...
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Especially with the lockdown and stuff. So... I want to do a tour. I can't if I'm living in Alaska now, but you just, if you can go and support these people so that we can keep these tours going and hopefully COVID continues to get lower and lower, because again, there's so many kids out there who don't even they just play with this thing in their room. And if we could get these kids into it, it's just going to continue to grow the game.
Get in on it. Go. Check it out if you are over in Europe. Most likely, if you are going to the main event itself, you're probably going to be checking out one of these tour stops as well. Okay, let's head over to let's maybe keep it international and head over to let's come to my neck of the woods here in Japan. So Honey Laundry is the newest all-girls Ripper squad that has been put together within Japan down southern, I guess, western. It's really weird how Japan looks at the map of Japan, and like if you ever see it, like you normally see it, like if you're thinking, I'm getting to it. This is stupid. So Misu, and there's a few. Okay, you got Nonoka, you got Yukie Yao. Great players have got together. Honey Laundry. It is spelled 8NY. Honey. Ha is kind of a sound, connecting sound to the word hachi, which means 8. So ha ni laundry. Okay, that's what it is. YouTube channel. They have an account on Instagram as well. They just put up 2 new edits. It's a little interesting for me looking at it, just because their edits on YouTube are pretty short. Right. Yeah. The edit number 2 came up to like 2 and a little bit over minutes. This new one that just came out was 1 minute. Almost not even 2 minutes. Cinematography is getting better within number 3. Tricks are ridiculous. But it's a really, really short thing, I think, to be on YouTube. Hopefully they will be putting it and just sharing this on Instagram if they're going to stay within even like the 3-minute time span. Because why not? Get them out there. And it's just great to see, because a lot of these girls aren't super active on Instagram anymore. But maybe creating this team, this group, has lit a fire under all of them to get together to do these tricks and to film. And again, great stuff. Yeah, a lot of not only talent but style. There's steez in there that each of the players have on their own. People from different, you got Sweets, you got Kendama USA, you got Tara in there. You got Deal With It team member, you got Angie team member. It's nuts. And if you don't know about it, you should go check them out, because they're really dope. So go follow them on YouTube. Show them some support. Tell them to jump on Instagram or share more of the videos on Instagram. So that's one thing from overseas. And you want to add anything to that, Rylan, before I jump on to the next one?
Yeah, just I wouldn't even call it a gripe. Just that, like their edits are short, and I was looking for something like, I'm not upset about it, but I was expecting something a little bit more like high receipts, but this isn't bad. I just think that I had they were like the girl equivalent of high receipts in my head, and they're not really. Like, they're just, but I do think it's great. We've talked about it before, and I think that there needs to be like more all girl kendama groups and teams, and that's why there's the all girl kendama comp, right? Because we have to put a spotlight on those players. Of course, they need it out of this very heavily male dominated community that we have. So MJ put it in the chat. If you're not following them, go follow them, because they are hitting
exactly who's
really there. They are hitting really, really great tricks. The edits are just a little bit smaller and stripped down, but they're still great.
They're really dope. Yeah, again, like the gripe, I would call it a gripe. It's because it's like you're on Instagram and it's like, here's a clip that they show sharing stories and shit. Like, hey, new video's out. Go to this, go to this other app, go to YouTube, check it out. You hit that shit, depending on your phone, how quickly it goes, your connection and shit. And then it pops up, and then you flip it sideways, and you're watching it. And then you're like, oh, I don't have my headphones in. So you got to plug it in because you want to hear what kind of music they're using or some shit. If they're talking or something, you spend a few minutes. Oh, it's over. And that's the thing that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks with how short it is. I think the very first edit, their announcement edit where they showed, they named everyone. Oh, Soul Team member in there too as well. I forgot. Is like 4 or 5 minutes, 6 minutes possibly. I forgot what it is. But these recent ones are pretty short. But in any case, good on them for creating this, because hopefully that will set a fire under maybe someone else in another part of the world to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to start like a mustache only kendama club. I'm going to start, there's other few girls who are going to be like, yeah, let's make a squad kind of thing going, So that's a really cool thing. So go check that out. The other one that I was talking about, high receipts, highly respected, highly talked about. High receipts have just created a new event. Recently, they've been a part of a lot of Gloken events. Just over the weekend, they were hanging out at a park with Kodaman, famous for Zumadanke, and had an event there. With entrance fee. So it was like, it's not just like, hey, come out and gather. They provided some value. I'm not sure exactly what they did. I did not go because it was like 102 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe, for you guys. It was intense heat, it was pretty nice. Any case, they had an event and they're having a new specific high receipts event. So before, they were kind of, in a way, riding the coattails of Gloken and Zumadanke, and now they have created their own event called High Jack. Okay? High Jack. There it is. So hopefully, don't go with your car because they might hijack it. Okay?
No, don't spread that. You're going to get people nervous.
No one's going. And if you're in Japan, like in Tokyo area, you're not going to drive. I'm not going to take my car into Tokyo. You take the subway.
All right, you got me.
Put it as no Asarashi event des. Okay, so it's just saying like, hey, it's our new event. Oh, it says it in English and in Japanese. Details coming soon. So that's pretty dope to see. Interested what it's going to be about. Last time when I saw them for Tokyo Kendama Day and they had their little spot, not like kind of teaching kendama, but their atsu session is a really interesting thing where they just get people hyped up about any kind of kendama trick they're doing. And it's like when you go back, when you are starting kendama and you get your close buddies into it and the ones that like stick around and buy their own kendamas, and then you play kendama with your friends and you're leveling up together, that like the excitement when you just like do a swing spike to big cup back to spike and you're like, oh shit, you're going through the motions. That's what they do with everybody in the event. And like, I remember seeing little kids, like, like middle school kids who are like trying to get into kendama and stuff. And, you have like Yasu and Kaito who are like just entering middle school, and they're like, very intimidated. They don't want to get on stage, but they're like telling people like, get in, going over to them, like kind of pulling them in, be like, what you got? They're like, one turn airplane. Okay. They do it. Crowd goes crazy. Yeah. Nuts. So they are very high energy. Okay. So that's a cool one. Another one, of course, international that's happening. But this is what we do in Kendama News. We try to cover all corners of the world. So if you got any information, everyone, let us know in the comments. Rylan, you got a next one?
Yeah, I do just have this little one before we probably move on to sweets. Did you guys know that Nick Stodd is engaged? I doubt he's in chat. But congrats, Nick Stodd. That's huge.
Nick Stodd. That is big. Major step in all of our lives. Congrats, Nick Stodd.
Yeah. I like to do the little stuff. Okay. Fuck it, dude. Let's move on to sweets.
Sweets kendamas. Releasing more and more kendamas by the week. And this past week, are they out already? Wasn't any different. Sweets kendamas went into the otaku realm otaku meaning nerd in Japanese, but if you are, you probably already know that. I wonder how much, when I was getting into anime and manga back in the day, it wasn't called anime, it wasn't called manga. I had to go to the graphic novel section, which was probably 5 books or something. Yeah. I was buying VHS tapes of anime, so I had to choose if it was either a dubbed video that I was going to get or a subtitled one. And for some reason, the subtitled one was more expensive than the dubbed. Any case, hey, for all the otakus out there, all the kendama, not kendama nerds, the anime nerds, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba themed kendamas, Sweets kendamas V33.
Yeah.
33 versions of these sweets that have been coming out. And there is, if you want really hardcore information, of course you could just check out the posts. There is a lot of information there, but hey, if you want to hear about some other otakus out there, if you are one yourself, you want to bond with somebody, the other otakus would be Nick and Zach Gallagher. Those two are big time anime nerds, and they are big fans of this series. So they have a little unboxing video where they talk about more of the information of each of them. Rylan, you watch this? You get in on it? I hear it's ridiculous. It was ridiculously popular here in Japan when it was out and stuff. And I heard in the States it's been making waves.
So yeah, well, no, I've never watched Demon Slayer, and I am always late to the new, I still haven't watched Attack on Titan, which is a little bit older now.
Older, yeah.
Because Demon Slayer, I think, didn't come out to just a few years ago. It's really new in terms of anime. It's
recent.
So no, I haven't gotten around to watching it. Maybe someday. Bleach was always the one that I was into, except for the last little bit of it got real weird. But but I do think that these are really well designed, and they're designed by that
Peckou.
guy. Peckou.
Over in France. That was the biggest thing that hit me, that surprised me. I was like, this is really cool. Here you go, a graphic designer who for a contest. Peckou, no way. Dude, you want to jump in and talk if you can about it, if you are available, Peckou? Graphic designer entered a contest, all right? Designing a Sweets Tama, designed 3 of them, I think wasn't chosen for his designs, was not chosen for the final 3 that actually made the run, but the Sweets team liked it so much that they're like, you know what? We're going to do those. It was themed around music, right? Not my cup of tea music, but it was Kanye West?
Man on the Moon by Kid Cudi, Kids See Ghosts by Kanye and Kid Cudi, and then also Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator, which are MJ, not your cup of tea, that's okay. But they are all 3 very good albums. And I'm not even...
I know the names. Yeah. Yes. Oh, Peckou, let me get headphones. He's ready to rock and roll. Woo! This is what happens. You never know on the Weekly Dama News. That's why you got to tune in. This is dope. So we're going to be hearing more once Peckou gets everything settled over in where he is in France, I believe, to hear about more of these Demon Slayer Damas. It was really cool touch when I was looking at them was you can pick these up just like those other Damas that he designed. You can pick them up not knowing anything about the anime and still have a cool looking designed Tama.
So that's what I was going to say. I was going to say
same with his last design. Yeah,
exactly. The way that these are designed, especially this orange one, because I've never watched Demon Slayer, right? But if somebody did watch Demon Slayer, they would totally know. They'd be like, oh, cool kendama, totally from Demon Slayer. But also, this is just a really great design. And they all have, here, I'm going to zoom in on it really fast, but they all have that like sword, hilt pattern on them.
Dude, that's the best part. The grip the grip. I don't know if anyone else picked that up, but yes, that is the grip of the katana. It's like a wrapped cord that goes around in that pattern, and that's why it's like it's crossed like that, almost like shoelaces, if you will. That was such a cool touch, and come on, kendama, ken meaning sword, dama meaning
yes.
It makes sense. Peckou is ready to jump in, dude. Let me. How do I add him? Invite to join. Peckou's coming in. Here we go, everyone. Let's hear a little bit more about the Sweets collab Dama. There he is.
Let's go.
Peckou.
What's up?
Dude,
What's up?
Thank you
How are
so
you?
much. Dude,
No
we are
worries.
good. We are good. What time is it over for you?
It's 4:44 p.m. in the afternoon.
All right. Just hanging out. Nice. Dude, thank you so much. Super excited. Can we get a little bit of, well, first of all, nice to meet you, Peckou. I've seen your face
nice to meet
here
you
and
all.
there. Not only through the creating the Sweets Damas of past and this recent one, but also the very TikTok meme style, very funny.
Thank you.
Little clips that you've done. The first one I saw was the one where it's like me at a kendama event, and then there's that old, like, I don't know, like Croatian like grandma at the very end doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I was not expecting that. The funny thing is, like, I saw that clip somewhere else before, like years ago or like months before.
I feel like
just
it's
the woman.
It's kind of a famous clip on YouTube. Like there's also like there's the grandma and grandpa, and for some reason it has like hundreds of millions of views. I don't know, but it's crazy. And there's, just for the story, if you look at the comments on that video, he is like the grandma's grandson actually commented on the video saying, "Oh, it's my grandma." I didn't believe the guy at first, but it's actually
I wouldn't.
his grandma. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So dope, so dope. All right. So Peckou, let's hear more of. So from your story, you are a graphic designer, correct?
I'm not even a graphic designer. That's the whole thing about it. I'm not.
That's what it was. No, I remember now you mentioning that. You're like, I just did it all on my phone.
Yeah, I was actually, like, the story is that a few months before the contest, I was actually like playing around with my phone, kind of dreaming of making my own brand, kind of. But I was even like trying to contact the factory in China, because I had a contact from New Lace Kendama, I think. And I was I was trying to see like about prices and everything. And then came the community series, and I was like, okay, that's my chance, basically. And then there was this
3.
Yeah. I mean, I removed them from the platform just in case I would use more. So this one is one that I actually made during the contest. So you can't see it anymore, but I made them. But I made 8 during the contest. And, like in the back of my head, like I was kind of dreaming of Sweets, like spotting me or something. And then it actually happened. So that's kind of crazy.
Wild. It's insane, dude.
Yeah, energy in the world comes right back at you. There's a reason why you decided to do this shit. So that's so cool. And so for this lineup, how did this give birth? Was it Sweets? Was it like the video that you created where you saw the Gallaghers talking about wanting it? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the only kind of fake part is that story isn't the real story. I made a new one just because the original one was not as graphic and like easy to understand. But Nick actually made a story. It was actually during the contests last year, asking for Demon Slayer Kendamas. And I was like, I messaged him and I was like, what character do you have in mind? He said Zenitsu first. And then I don't know, I just tried. It kind of worked. I did the second one. And so when I was offered the chance to do more and more V-Series, I was like, okay, I need to find a third one, and it's going to be a Fire Series.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's so dope. So as you're creating this, did Sweets contact you, be like, hey, let's do the full...
Yeah, I mean, they give me a lot of freedom, I would say. I usually like... get an idea, and then if they like it, then I'll just go with it. But it's usually my ideas. And that was actually back in, it takes a lot of time to produce. So as you know, It was like, I don't know, 7 or 8 months ago.
Yes.
So my first series was not even released yet, but they knew they wanted to do more stuff. So that's how it came up. Yeah, it was really cool. And just for the story, I don't know if you guys seen, but I don't remember the name, but there's a guy who does like hand painted damas, and he sells them. He does really a lot of cool stuff. And the thing is, between the moment where we sent to production for this series and released it, this guy made damas that are like super similar to the damas that we made.
Yes.
So the Zenitsu mod and the butterfly one.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people thought that I stole the designs, which is not true at all. I just wanted to clarify that, because like some people started messaging me and like being kind of aggressive towards me, thinking I would steal from a small artist, which something I would never do.
Yeah.
But just wanted to say that for people if somebody's listening.
Hey, no, that's definitely a cool information to share with more people to get it out there. Because a lot of people, if you're especially like, friend of that other artist, you would right away, be kind of up in arms, be like, this big company stole, jacked, my friend's design, or this person that I like's design. Yeah. And it's a really shitty thing. But as you just mentioned, and for people who don't know, it takes, shortest 6 months to get a Dama produced. And that's like, if you're not caring about what it's going to look like, not doing any tests or anything, like that's like, okay, that's how long it's going to take. Guess why? Oh, because Hundui, the factory in China, is pretty much creating all of the world's kendamas. Almost. They pretty much have a monopoly on creating kendamas. They have been getting so much better, and they are just so big, and that's why pretty much everyone just goes to them. The major companies like Sweets Chrome, I'm pretty sure KUSA, as well as the smaller ones like Nules Kendamas, if you hit them up, Hundui Factory, China, you can get your own kendamas made there as well, but then you're going to add a few more months to everyone's drops. This is the way it is. So great minds think alike. Here is a massively popular anime, which if you just have a similar like color scheme, or you're like, okay, I'm going to do this design, you don't want to be lame and just put the character's like face on the damn Dama, right? So you want to be cool about it. Of course, you're going to add tracking. Of course, you're going to add, like scope at the bottom. So it's going to happen. And it has happened even in the past, where like a design comes out and then just like 2 months later, another one comes out so similar. But then the companies know like, this is crazy because we both thought about this like 7 months ago. Yeah. And didn't talk to anybody about it, So it happens. Okay.
So if I could ask you one thing though, because I don't think that you've been, you haven't talked to MJ. I don't think you've talked to Cafe Kendama, any sort of podcast or anything. How did you get into Kendama? Because now you're like very cemented in the community as the guy who works with Sweets, but like it kind of just, you kind of like just popped up. Like, so how did you get into Kendama? Like, what was your first?
That was, my first encounter was, I think 2016. I gave it a try just for a few days, but then kind of, I don't know, didn't have time to do more. And for some reason, 3 years ago, kind of like at the same time as you, 2019 something.
Yeah.
I was going to Japan, and then I remembered Kendama before going to Japan. And I was like, so even before like my first days was like, I need to get a kendama in Japan. So that's how I really started it. So being in Japan, I bought my first, I think I got it somewhere. My first kendama was an Azora, this one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Do the straight
first
black,
one.
Matte black. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know about tracking at the time, so I thought it was cool, but it was really hard to play. But that was my first kendama. Then I just kept making like small videos and everything. And I met people around me. I don't know if you know Thibaut Arco, like he's an OG from France.
Thibaut.
Billy. Yeah, Billy. Okay. Yeah. So we live like 20 minutes away from each other. So he's a real good friend of mine because of kendama now. Dude, and I just kept playing, and then it kind of it was a trend back in, I don't know, 1.5 years ago, the adult swim trend.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember. Yeah, this one. It was, I wanted to try it, and it was a different format as usual. It was not just a trick. And I really enjoyed making it. And I really enjoyed like how people responded to it. So that's how I thought like I should try bringing that to kendama, because no one's really doing it.
Right.
So like I can do anything I want, and it's not like I'm copying, or I don't know. It's like free. I have so many things to explore with that.
Very fresh. Yeah. Since not many people are doing it. Right.
Yeah. And I know it's definitely like not the best way to like become a huge TikToker, if you may say, because like kendama is such a small community. But I would rather just do kendama content than like regular trends and everything. It's just, it's better to me. I love the community, so it's all cool.
Yeah,
for sure.
Dude, that is so dope. And it's really rad that Sweets really, digs your design so much, especially I remember them saying within one of their unboxings how like, they're like, we didn't really have to touch any of the design. Maybe like they like made something a little bigger, like a line or something. I forgot what it was exactly, but they're like, the design right away was pretty much what they would look at and how they would design. Cause definitely like, you could see a lot of stuff when you look through that feed of all the other the contest people who enter that contest to make a design. It's like, you can see right away where it's like, oh, that'd be like hard to track, or like, what, that's just a little confusing. The color scheme's bad, or like you can't really, So it's really dope. And that's why I'm guessing, you stood out to Sweets, because they're like, well, that looks like something that we would already do. So like, let's run it with Peckou.
Yeah, definitely.
So
and I'm really grateful for them to be like, to give me so much freedom. Like they really trust me, and they really trust my designs, and like they rarely want to change anything. They say, sometimes if I'm way off, they're going to tell me like that needs more detail or something, or another theme. But most of the time they really like my stuff, and they make it like just as I want it. Even like for, I don't know if you guys know, but like when you have a first, how do you say, like a first model, and you want to see if you want to make reviews, even when I'm being really like picky, they still try to make it like for that one. I remember saying like, oh, that second row of clouds is not as symmetrical, so I want to change it. They still make it, even though it costs money. So like, I'm really grateful.
No way.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. There's, and that's another thing. The whole technique of printing these designs, creating these designs on the tamas have been getting better and better. So there's more stuff that you can do. But at some points, it's like even the factory won't be so short if they can do it unless they try it. And then they won't be open to do anything unless a designer, someone who is creating these damas, kind of challenges them and asks them, could you do this? A great example is with the KD mod from Salt, of having those wavelengths, the music wavelengths, audio wavelength patterns throughout, and making sure that it is exactly sized so that they're not overlapping and the pattern is continuous throughout the whole thing. Excuse me. So it's really cool to see. And So is there anything in the future? You don't have to say what it is, but just like, yes, there is, would be pretty exciting.
Yes, there is.
Oh yeah. And that's another like really dope thing about Sweets Kendamas, their V series. Like, it's open, and I'm really excited to see more people in their artist series. Luzumaki was the only one. They said, I don't know if they still call it an artist series, because it was only Lou doing it back in the day and continuing. But here we go. Peckou's in it. Fucking A. Dude, that is so
Let's
dope.
Go.
Badass, dude. I do think it's really badass, because there were, how many different designs, and for them to recognize, because even just like, you had a ton of likes on those. Like, I remember seeing them on my feed. Like, they were great designs. So for Sweets to acknowledge that, and then do that whole series just with you, and then to keep bringing you back on, to be like, no, like, you're really good, and so you can just keep doing it. Like, that's badass. And that's huge for Sweets to have I don't know, to be open to like taking somebody in who, like, obviously you guys don't know each other, right? Like, it's all through Instagram. So it is really great that they've done that.
Yeah. Having fresh
really
fresh
amazing.
design, fresh blood in there is good. I'm sure it's even great. I'm sure the designer over in Sweets is also like, sweet, you know, I could fucking focus on something else, you know, let them handle it. We do some checks, revisions here and there. But yeah,
I mean, especially V Series, because it's like 3 designs in just 1 week. So like, it's just like a relief, because if you do 1 design a week, it's already really crazy. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah.
But I guess like, V Series is kind of tough. But at the same time, I'm like, it's the most kind of exciting, because like no one's really asking you for anything and you're like free. So like it's perfect for me, like, to learn about the whole process, because like I never touched Illustrator before, and now I'm like not a pro, but like I'm getting there.
YouTube University, yeah. Watching a lot of YouTube.
Sure, man.
Learning all of it, dude. There's plenty of awesome stuff on there. I've been learning shit myself.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Do you have a favorite of these 3?
From the 3? It's kind of hard. I would say the cloud ones that I have is the one that I'm starting to play right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. All 3 of them are really cool. I feel like everybody should buy 3 of them at the same time. No, I'm kidding. The blue one is definitely the coolest to me.
Yeah, dude, so dope.
And thank you for all the kind comments about the videos and the mods and everything. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, dude, you put work into it and it resonates. It's good shit.
Thank you for having me.
Hells yeah. Peckou, thank you so much for jumping on, just like right on the spot, just to talk about this a little more, share more information, more insight onto it. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Yeah, dude. Have a good rest of the day.
Peace out, dude.
You too.
See ya. See ya. So amazing. So cool.
That was badass.
Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around. Weekly Dama News. This is why it's cool to hang out for the live streams, if you're available and open to make it. There you have it, straight from the horse's mouth. Not the big horse Sweets, but you know, the dude, the horse that designed it, Peckou.
There's more coming. Speaking of Peckou, and he's based out of France, right? Oh, he's probably still in here, but he's based out of France, right? I just saw in the comments that he can't go to this, but Sweets is going to make a stop in Paris, before EKC. So that's really cool. It's pretty sick. You know, just see all kinds of people in the Paris, France area.
Yeah.
It seems like there's
also.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it seems it's going to be exciting because them going there, having this massive event, there's definitely going to be a few news articles published about after it's finished and shit. But just to have them out there and again, spreading the Dama love, just like the Euro Tour with the Chromies that went out there, spreading the love, playing kendama, doing these events. It's just going to light the fire within the Euro homies to get back into Dama as much as possible and create more shit. That's all I want to say. It's a little too much, though. Go.
Just 16 minutes ago. Or is there more sweet stuff? What else do we got from Sweets? That's it?
That's it from Sweets.
Great. Just 16 minutes ago, our boy, the Mr. J Queens, the Kengarden, posted on Instagram.
Yes.
Last of the priority mods are available today. I love these. I never picked one up. I don't remember why. And I have to move, so I really don't need more kendamas, and I'm short on money because I'm trying to move. But if you are even a little bit interested in graffiti or street art, you know that the easiest way to sticker slap anything is you go get those stickers, the 228 labels from USPS, and you go and you slap it on a stop sign. And that's like how I got into street art. That's how I got into design. graffiti and then like sticker slaps and like doing that. So for somebody like Jake, who is also big into street art, to do a whole sticker slap Dama, huge. If you don't have one of these, you should probably pick one up because they're badass, dude.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff open just for today. They, Jake is opening the Kengarden website, or I think it's Big Cartel.
Yeah.
Sidekick, Kendama holsters, exclusive Kengarden Deal With It Damas, the one that you were just talking about. The shirt as well, the matching shirt. Artwork of his. I think he's got some photo prints. Vintage KUSA Weens mod. So his very first moon mod will be going out as well. Make craters.
Yeah.
And he specifically said, you've been following him, how he only picked up like 15. He searched far and wide, high and low, for some of his mods from back in the day when he was KUSA. And he found them, I think it was in Romania, in box. 15 of them going out for collector's prices, he mentioned. So it's going to be, kind of a collector's piece, which is cool to see his evolution of how he has taken that model of that gray, the Moon Dama, and turned it into evolved it into what it is, like the most recent ones on the Grain Theory site. So go check it out if you love the Kengarden, the Weens man. Does so much cool stuff all the time. Okay. What else we got? Dude, there was Z-Mags, talking about Kendama USA. He released a video part, the final to his pro announcement. Finally, 2020, he became a pro. Released part 1, where it was a pretty lengthy YouTube video, pretty lengthy edit, him doing tricks as well as showing some old pictures of himself, giving a little dialogue of who he is. And then part 2 came out, I think, last year.
2021, and now this one in 2022.
Here we go, 2022. Part 3, and I've heard that it is the final one, and you definitely get that feeling towards the end of the video. Now, part 1 was a lot longer than part 2 and 3, maybe combined even. Excuse me. And if you watched it, go watch it on YouTube. I just finished it just before starting our stream here. And there was a sense towards the end where he grabbed a bunch of clips throughout the time span of when he released the Pro Mod. And you can notice, of course, by if you remember any of those clips, as well as, he's not using the bamboo mod at that time. But it seemed like I was expecting, like at the final where it just says Kendemic KUSA logo, the marker sketch one, I thought it was going to be like, thank you, goodbye, kind of vibes. I was like, is something going to happen? It was getting intense towards the end. But no, that's not the case. But we will see if this is part 3, the final. Then that means closing of this novel. And what is the next novel going to be? A move away from Kendama, or will it be a new mod?
I would assume so, because he's talked about this since 2020, that like he wanted to do a 3-part series about Kendama. Like he wanted his pro announcement to be a 3-part series. So I would imagine because of the way because when he first was saying that online, right? I think he said it on the Cafe Kendama podcast. I was thinking like, okay, 3 like cool pro announcement edits are going to be this year. They're all going to be from Zach. Wrong. Like 2020, 2021, and 2022 makes me think, and I don't see him leaving KUSA anytime soon. Especially since they redesigned the slim shape for him, which like then became the Nova shape. There was no KUSA shape with the base cup hole, and he like wanted that. So they did that.
Okay.
So I don't see him leaving KUSA anytime soon. I would just assume that he's got to have a new mod on the way. I don't even know if his mod is in stock right now that I think about it.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure. Probably not, and that's why they're like, "Hey, bamboo, go and get it."
Just
another thing. is that he has been painting tamas recently. He has what I forgot what he called it, like snow grip or something, powder grip. I forgot what it was called, but he has some. There you go. Some tamas on his story right now. He has them. He's only posted them on his story, so you got to be following the dude. But there you go. He's got recently a airbrush, so he's doing this Gur style. If anyone remembers Gur Kenko tamas back in the day.
Yep.
Paint. Not sure exactly what is going to become of it, but look out in the future. Z-Mags, follow him. Maybe he'll be putting those up for sale. See what a new paint is like, because maybe it's going to be KUSA's new in-house paint. Because everyone wants in-house. Let's see what happens.
Huge. See,
that's what we do here.
I don't know how it happens. I don't know how it happens, but every time we get on this stupid podcast, I always
just microscope.
I start talking shit about KUSA, and I don't know why, because I love them. But I'm gonna say it right now. An in-house clear is what KUSA needs. That's what's separating them from Sweets. That is what brings cushion powder. Clear is what brings people in to Sweets. It's so easy if they didn't have cushion clear to blow off Sweets.
Just to be something else on the radar for everyone, because we look at so many different companies and it's like, what is the thing that people are going there for? And cushion is a massive one. The types of paints that they're pulling off is like the number one thing. And Sweets even boasted that's what it was from their very first Dama that they sold, painted in the US. Made in the US? No. Painted in the US.
Yeah.
And then, one big one, I think, of course, people know about this Sulab, the absolute, that hype beast style of craziness that has happened for this paint. But the other one, I believe, is like the shape. And the one that really hits me the most, of course, back in the day, the shape that everyone was talking about was definitely GT, having that swoop on there, putting a lot of detail into it. But now, I believe the majority of people are talking about soul kendamas, and that's where they're like putting a lot of, I guess, money where their mouth is almost, creating like a great overall shape. And they'll be like, okay, well, we don't have to care about so much of our tamas. We'll just get normal, whatever, stick your rubber paint. And, we'll paint the cups here and there sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like KUSA. What do you got? Oh, you got crafts. Pretty dope, made in the US.
But I will say,
quality. Yeah,
it does appear that the Nova shape is kind of doing what the 1-Up shape has been doing for a long time, where a lot of people just want, for example, I don't know. I don't want to like spread anything, but somebody who we've seen play Sweets a lot is, Jacob. Oh my God. What is his last name?
Jacob Watts.
No.
Schultz.
God. Schultz.
What?
Jacob Schultz. Okay. It is Jacob Schultz. There we go.
Yeah.
Somebody who played Sweets for a long time was Jacob Schultz. That was always his go-to, was Sweets everything. And now he's made a shift, and he's kind of been saying like, I don't know, like I really like the Nova shape. He's been playing it in all of his clips. He's been playing the Bish mod like a ton. So I do see that KUSA does have a chance to kind of like make their way back up into being the company with the Nova shape, and an in-house clear would only cement that.
Right. But again, doing everything one by one, it's going to take a lot of time and bring that price tag up. So we'll see what the demand is for it when it happens. If it happens, who knows? Yeah. If Mags is going to be putting his camera down for a bit to pick up the airbrush, put on that painter's mask and shit. This is what we do here at Weekly Dama News again. Put shit under the microscope and discuss topics. Okay, so that's out on YouTube, so go check it out. Give it love. It's pretty dope. What else did we have here? Covered that one. What is this? Oh, hey, more international stuff. Oh, and by the way, everyone, just to make sure, Kendemic is happening. We're not sure if Grizz will be joining us. I mentioned that he should, and he was going to, but okay. Actually, quickly for KUSA, Logan Tosta. Remember that this young boy?
Yes.
He's back a little bit. He says himself, sorry for the long hiatus. These past couple of months have been crazy. I believe he is, graduated high school, heading to university in Oregon next year to film their sports. Interesting. But in any case, it looks like he's been having a backseat in the kendama. But always, he mentions himself that he's been just pressured himself to feel like if I'm going to post a clip, it's got to be a banger. So he seems like he's explaining that he doesn't want it to be like that anymore. So be on the lookout for more Logan Tosta stuff. So that's pretty dope.
Welcome back, Tosta.
Welcome. Okay, the other one was new. Two other kendamas. One we know is the Jack. Okay, so the Jack Mizuno Maple. They got a Maple one coming up, and this one is pretty dope because not only is it featuring their you probably can't see that, or maybe you can. Look at that extra like grit to it. It's like when you have like a low quality image and you like zoom up on it, and it's like, it's a little like weirdly pixelated in the shadow, the highlights and the shadows. No, that's how it is, because it has micro grooves in the whole Dama. It's almost looks like a fingerprint. You can't see it super well on the camera, but if you're holding it, you can see it. You can like probably run your nail in between the lines, but they are very tight. They're very small. Mizuno, it's a sports company here in Japan, very, very big one, and they create baseball bats. What they do is an awesome process of creating a bat, but then they have this extra leftover from the wood, and they figured out that the leftovers is exactly enough to make a sarado, a ken, and a tama. So Jack, which is Nobu's company from 430, he contacted them, and they are making damas, which is pretty cool because this super high, very well known sports company, of course, is going to get good quality wood for their baseball bats. So that the wood for this kendama is very, very high quality. Thus, they are about $80. And the sad thing was for a few years now, you were not able to pick up a Jack kendama unless you were in Japan or knew somebody, because they didn't do international. But they just opened up their shop and they have an international shipping function. So if you've been eyeing this for a while, maybe you missed the Keyaki that happened a few months ago, but here it is in Maple. Go check it out if you're interested.
So what site is that being sold on? Is that being sold on Kenhall?
Decade Online. Oh, it's all backwards. Decade Online Store. It is decade.shop. Search Decade Online Store. Should be able to find it. Or Jack Kendamas. Or check out their Instagram page. Jack Kendamas, Jack the Base. Oh no, that's their Japanese shop. So you got to go to Decade.
We'll find it. It's all right.
That's it.
That's badass.
Yeah. Those grooves aren't only on the tama; they are on the cup rims as well, where the perch area is, as well as the handle stall and that slip ring. Yeah.
As somebody who's super into baseball is like the only real sport that I'm into. The fact that this comes from a baseball bat, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty into that. I think that's really sick.
Yeah. Before they had the ash and the maple, and here's just a maple version with the new grooves in it, this micro grooves, which is a very interesting thing. A while back, I went to the Decade shop and I messed with the Keyaki one, and it seems like I'm interested on how long it's going to last, because the Keyaki one was very well played by Nobu, and it seemed like it got like a little soft. Now that might add to the grip of it, possibly, if anyone remembers the Shin Fuzzy, it was a Shin Fuji back in the day, but the Tama was like not felt. What was it like a
Suede?
a satin, suede kind of, yeah, like cover over the shit of the Tama, and it gripped like crazy. So it might turn into that kind of style depending on how the wood adjusts after being played for a while. But it's really different from any other company doing adding grip by just cutting extra lines.
Yeah. This is really cool.
Check it out.
I'm looking at the website right now, decade.shop-pro.jp. And they make it really easy for international users who want to.
Oh yeah. Oh, dope.
Yeah. Because the whole website's in Japanese, and then this bar popped up at the bottom and it was like, you are international. You want to ship it. Click here to add to cart. And then it's almost like I don't know what you would call it, like a third party sort of like, because when you want to buy something off. So, because I look at Yahoo auctions all the time because we don't have Yahoo auctions here, but in Japan, it's a pretty big thing. Allegedly, I don't know. I don't live there.
Yeah, no, Yahoo is like almost bigger than Google for the people here.
So
I
do know.
Use Yahoo.
Yeah, you can use like I don't know what they're called. They're third party, and you just like copy the link to their website, and then they order it, and then they ship it to you.
Okay. Yes.
And so this seems really similar, where it's like it looks like it's a company called World Shopping, and it's showing me like a screenshot of the page, and I don't know. It's just very easy for me. Like
they link it over. There you go. Create the funds or whatever, what have you. Yeah. Shipping will probably be, as it usually is international. I think average it's like $25-$30 possibly for Japan, depending on how heavy or big the product is. But that might be what you're looking at. So that's cool. There you go. Straight research right now, right here. If you're interested in it, Rylan says it's convenient, easy to do.
Yeah.
Good shit. Okay, here is, I believe, my last one. Yeah, my last one. Coming from someone who's just in the chat a bit ago. Shardama official. Do you know Rylan? Maybe not. Only 207 followers, 21 posts. Hand-turned kendamas carefully crafted in Italy. Over in Europe. All right. More Euro homies hanging out. The first post was earlier this year in March, I believe. Yes, it was. And they have a very interesting, already have a team, looks like a few people who they've sponsored. They are sponsors of the Euro Kendama Championship also. Excuse me. So they are in it. And they have very, very interesting shape. Oh, there we are, Shardama in here. Thank you for joining. Pretty cool stuff. It looks like now, okay, more hand-turned damas, the more information that is put out there. People are sharing how to turn damas. People are getting damas, especially the fact that the kendama shape, a lot of people are experimenting with and trying new things, and it's more open than in the past where all of our shit was like, JKA, Ozoras, like that's all you need because it's perfect, right?
Yeah.
But everything's been evolving. So it's really cool to see people take it into their own hands, literally, or to their own cutting tools and creating their own style of kendamas. So first thing I gotta talk about, of course, is, the really cool wood splicing that is happening. There's laminate work. That's also, I turned the fucking phone like it was the Ken to show you the side. The wood laid in the side right there. But I really like the bullet tip. You guys remember RWB? They did the bullet tip, and this was something that was like, instead of worrying about your spike denting your tama or just, crying about when it isn't a sharp spike anymore, hey, they got it all settled for you. They rounded that bitch off, and it is just a bullet tip. So that's a very interesting thing that not many other companies do. I think Sweets kind of has it a little bit. I don't know about the new ones. You got a.
Let's check. I don't know.
It's not. It's one.
Yeah. It's definitely not like a great theory.
I haven't smashed it. Yeah.
And I was gonna say here's my PK, but that one
you put work into that. Okay. Yeah. But there you have it, everyone. It's pretty interesting stuff. So go check it out. It just released. Oh, hey, the official drop was just the 25th of this month. It is Maple and Wenge, or Wenge, however you want to say it. Carefully engineered, fully hand-turned, limited quantity.
They're in stock. They've got the 75, 77, 80, 83, and 84, 86 weight ranges. So,
the weights for everybody.
Wow.
Choose which one you'd like. So no Tamas yet. We'll see what happens in the future. But hand-turned Kens, because that is something that you can really make specific for your brand.
Yeah.
Make it stand out. That's pretty cool.
For me, it's that really, really thin line between the Wenge. Like if you play it back, if you were watching this on YouTube and you go back to when MJ said, "Do you know Shardama?" As soon as I pulled it up, like my eyes got wide. I was like, "Dang,
looks good."
That's really, really good looking. It looks really sick.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Cool.
Damn, there we go. That's all the information I have and the stories and the other shit that we're going to have. Tama coming in the future. It drops. There you go. You heard it here first. Shardama official commented themselves. Tamas will be coming in the future. And that's something that can really, make or break a style or a brand of Tamas, because it's like there's a lot you can do, but maybe there's a lot maybe we shouldn't do, depending on how the person perceives the design within their minds, putting on paper, getting it actually done. Who knows? That's one great thing about grain theory, or just natty tamas in general. When you have a very intricate Ken, just putting a natty tama on there is just like, is perfect. But if you want to add color in there, it complements it really well. But if you want to add color in there, we'll see what happens. But still, everyone keep your eyes. New brand coming out of Italy, Shardama official. But that's it. That's all the info. Grizz didn't show up. Maybe he forgot. Maybe he slept in. Who knows? It kind of sucks. But if anyone is in the area in the States, Kendemic, you're going to be a part of it. Check it out. Should be pretty interesting stuff. I'm really excited to see the outcome of that event, because by doing it is when you're going to figure out how to do it better next time.
I've done it. I've said this every week that we have talked about it. If you are in the area, this is a comp that is like nothing else. A comp like this has never existed in kendama history, as far as I'm aware. So, First of all, you're making history by going to the Kendemic, and who knows what might happen next year. Maybe we all go back into lockdown again, and this is the only one, right? So if this, you could always think that this could be your only chance to go, but the more people that go, the more reason and more chance that they just have to continue doing it. And this is going to be a really, really crazy, sick competition. Unlike anything else, it's never been done. If you can go, you should go.
It's going to be very, very interesting. And again, like I said, I'm very excited to see, because Grizz mentioned that he will be posting the videos to YouTube after they have been submitted and all checked from each of those teams. He also, the nerd I am, doing nerdly research all the time. He, on one of his stories, he showed screenshots of the whole booklet as he was scrolling through it. So I went crazy taking screenshots of my screen and found some interesting stuff. Rules, whatever, just have fun. Just how many people should be in there.
Was there anything really crazy, like get a kendama face tattoo?
No.
Okay.
Everything was think there was maybe one that I was like, I don't think anyone's good. So one is costumes. All team members may choose one costume per player. All costumes must be worn the entire 48 hours for points to be rewarded. So there would be costumes, wearing a Halloween style mask, and then you get a certain amount of points for that. Wearing 3 pairs of gym shorts and 3 shirts. It's pretty specific. You get a certain amount of points for that. And then there's just tricks. You can get points. Doing a single J-stick will get you 25 points. Doing a double J-stick will give you 50 points. And it goes up all the way up to 10 J-stick for 2,000 points. That's on like Mateo standards to get up to 10.
But that's really badass. Like if somebody hits a 10 J-stick and they win the comp to like this total left field thing, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah. And I'm heartbroken that I can't go to this because there's a slight chance that with me suddenly moving to Alaska that I might not even go to NACO this year.
Yeah.
And like, heartbroken. So I'm even more upset that now that just really cements that I cannot go to the Kendemic. Because it was like, maybe I can drive out. I'd be alone. I wouldn't have anybody to go with. But
yep.
Now it's like, for sure. But
hurts even more.
It does look really great. And I cannot stress this enough. If you're in town or if you are nearby, if you can go, just do it. Go. That's what I say about all comps. But this one especially, it's going to be so great. It's totally unlike anything we've ever seen before. And it's totally like Thrasher, King of the Road. It's starting a new era of kendama where I can really see the skateboard crossover that we've been talking about for years, that we have that overlap.
Yeah. And like it'll go into a crossover and then it'll go into pretty much our own style thing once it's been solidified. So there's team battles, most related, something. I can't, it's a little unfocused. Lunar rovers, most something. Lunar rovers starting from regular something. How's that a team battle? Team tricks, get your buddies and you do tricks together. That's pretty cool to see. Hungry? Question mark. Oh, I can't. It's all super blurry. Pranks. There's a pranks section. There's a chill section. Extra behind the scenes section. Pranks. Egg any team 1,000 points. Attack any team with water balloons 400 points. Attack any team with silly string 300 points. Steal a team member from any other team and hold them hostage for 1 hour. I guess that's pretty crazy.
That's badass.
This team member may not help complete any challenges, nor let her team know they've been stolen. Isn't that impossible?
Well, I don't know. Maybe
steal that team member.
But like if they're like,
no,
hey Greg, like Greg has to go pee or something, and my team sees him walk into the Walgreens, that's when I'm gonna take him, snatch him up. Come here, Greg. I don't know anybody named Greg in the community.
If you have been stolen, you may not try to escape. So just enjoy your team with the other team. Just enjoy your time for the other team. So if you steal somebody without the other team seeing that you stole the person, they pretty much have to stay there, and then you automatically get 1,000 points. It's only 1,000 points though, just for that.
It is sort of like a capture the flag thing though, where I think it's less of like actually kidnapping somebody and just being like, we're stealing you. Come on.
Okay, here's the one that was like, I don't know, maybe you got to watch out. Go into any establishment and ask to speak to the manager, then let out a big, long, loud yell. Stare them down. Walk out. You guys in America, be careful with that shit.
But how many points is that worth? How many points?
Hold on. 800. And then the player must be in the establishment for at least 3 minutes for points to be rewarded. You need to be in that area yelling the yell. It doesn't say, you could just yell one long yell, stare them down, and then walk out. But you need to do that in 3 minutes. So maybe you just hang out in 3 minutes and then you just do that at the very end so you can walk out quickly. But yeah, 800 points. That was the only one that I saw that I was like, Yeah, maybe I'm too much of a nice guy. Can I call myself that to be able to do that, or shy, or I don't know. Probably do it. In any case, yes, it does seem very fun. There's a lot of things. It's not only that, there's a lot of other stuff to be crowned, I guess. Kendemic Kings. Let's go in. That's it. Let's go into our questions.
Your
really
cat
quickly.
was the transition.
Okay. Here we go. Dylan asks, when you leaving for Alaska, is brew battle an option?
No. Brew battle is not an option. Adam has been trying to convince me to go to brew battle. I can't make it. I have to go to a wedding that day. Or like if the wedding falls right in the middle of brew battle. I don't remember if brew battle is 2 or 3 days, but so it's been no possibility this year for me to go to brew battle, but maybe next year if I maybe planned far enough ahead, because I didn't have, I wasn't planning on going to brew battle anyway, because it's in Canada and I knew I didn't have a passport. Well, I did, but it was stolen. So
you stole someone's passport? Oh, damn, dude.
Oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be a crazy story, right? No, I let my dad move my car into the street one time and he left it unlocked and I forgot that I had left my wallet in the center console for some reason. Stupid. It's totally my fault, not his at all. But he moved my car into the street, didn't lock the doors. He didn't think anything of it. And then somebody came by and was like, that car's unlocked. And yep.
Ooey.
Yeah.
Okay, so you won't be able to make it to brew battle. There you go.
No brew battle. Maybe next year.
Bye. All right. Next one. Can I just swipe over? No, I can't. Next question. This is the last one from X Larch. Did that Dow come in yet? I don't know if you watched the last episode, Rylan, but I jumped on a sale that they were doing. There was a little deal over at the Origins Kendama over in Austria, and I finally picked one up because for the longest time I've been talking about how I'm very interested about their shape, especially it being a non-big cup shape, as well as
definitely
very
an
interested
older style
in the hand painted. Yes, which I am a fan of. I'm just used to so much, but I actually have been playing a lot of new stuff. So who knows? But yes, it hasn't come in yet. Still waiting on it. Still excited for it.
Somebody buy MJ a Lotus.
Oh, I've seen the Lotuses. They're just looking at them. I'm like, that's massive.
You would never miss a trick. You're so used to those small cups. It'd be insane.
I guess if thinking about it like that, I guess, yeah. I am used to the small cups, especially that small cup. That small cup is damn small. Okay. Oh, someone just dropped in another question. Here we go. Keep it rolling. Oh, again from Dylan. Thanks for another one, Dylan. What's your favorite pill that I have? Ooh, for me, because I got the pills back there, right? Well, I got my favorite. I got a cherry. I got a Zebrano. I got a Purple Heart. And then I have a classic. The cherry is a pretty the cherry is a pretty good one just because it was my first one and it broke in so well, and like stalls are so great on that. But I would have to say it's going to be this one, hand turned from the man himself. From what comp was it? The first comp, acrylic, mini pill, acrylic red spike. It's super tiny.
So which one did you? Because you got one right when you did well in the video contest.
This one. So
that's the one you got
in the pill contest. I got this red classic one.
Oh, okay.
And then this was for the first New Year New Edit comp.
Right.
Yep. Dope. So tiny, so easy to just put in my pocket, and it spikes like no other. This bevel's massive for this tiny thing. So it really sucks when I'm trying to do like, I guess, J sticks because it's so loose. But spiking it is like just wants to go in.
Also, if you've never seen MJ's Terra Pill Summer Chill edit, go watch it. Like,
definitely not Summer Chill.
No, the farthest thing from Summer Chill. You saw mine. Mine was just me and like a Frank Ocean track in the background. And then I was like, oh, MJ posted his. I'm going to, what? Like, just scarred, dude. Oh, yeah. So good. So good.
Thank
anyway.
You. It's good shit. So go check it out. You can still find it up on, I think if you just probably type in Summer Chill. Oh wait, no. We had to title it that. So if you type in that in hashtag or something within YouTube, you can find that shit. Yeah. Thanks for the question, Zilla. Thanks for hanging out. That's it. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. That's it. What was this? We've been jamming for like hour and a half. Good shit, Rylan. Good to have you back. Had a lot of cool stuff happening. Sadly, Grizz wasn't able to join us to talk and go more in depth of this Kendemic event that will be happening. But hey, we got a little extra gift, and Peckou jumped in and talked about the Sweets V33 series that he designed. So awesome to hear. So hey, come hang out with us. Next week, we're here every Sunday morning for you guys in the US. Weekly Dama news here on the Kendertainment Instagram. You can find the full audio version of this podcast if you type in Weekly Dama news within any place where you get your podcasts, as well as on the Kendertainment YouTube channel. I post a full video version of this. It usually takes a little bit for me to download everything and put it up real quickly, but not real quickly. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. It takes a little bit, but go check it out, subscribe and shit. Everyone, thanks for hanging out. Weekly Dama news. That's it for this one. We'll see you all next month. Thanks. Yeah. Have a good one. Keep it clean. Rylan, good shit. Peace.
Thanks, MJ. Bye, guys.